Good day, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic called cell structure in TNPSC syllabus. Cell structure பற்றி பேசும்போது நீங்கள் இதோட காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டா போதும், அதோட பேசிக் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டா போதும். அது வச்சுக்கிட்டு யூ கைஸ் கேன் ஃபிகர் அவுட் தி ஆன்சர்ஸ் பை யுவர் செல்ஃப். Cell பற்றி பேசும்போது we figure out that cell is the most basic living unit of a living organism. So when we say ஏன் பேசிக் செல் இஸ் a living unitனு சொல்லும்போது செல்லுக்குள்ளேயும் இன்னும் சில ஆர்கனல்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஆர்கனல்ஸ் மீனிங் லிட்டில் பாடிஸ். ஸோ a cell itself is a living thing. ஸோ அதில் இன்னும் சில விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு. those components are what we're going to talk about today in the cell structure. So first of all, cell, when we talk about a cell, we immediately imagine a round cell, a spherical cell, and which is represented in an animal cell. So animal cell இப்போ சொன்னோம். So animal cell சொல்லும்போது there is also a plant cell. Plants, first we'll see the difference between an animal and a plant cell. Plant cellக்கும் animal cellக்கும் என்ன பேசிக்கான வித்தியாசம் என்னன்னா, one, the plant cell has a rigid structure called a cell wall. The cell wall acts like a permeable membrane, not the cell membrane, because the cell wall permits the components inside the cell wall for information passing. In an animal cell, the cell membrane, which creates the kind of shape for the cell, which is a barrier for the outside and the inside of the cell. The inside is called the cytoplasm. So cell membrane, cytoplasm, and inside is the nucleolus. இந்த மூணு விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு for any basic cell. Even for a plant cell you have a cell membrane. Even outside the cell membrane you have a cell wall. So a cell membrane is there, a cytoplasm is there, and also you have a nucleolus. So these three things are common between any cells. So animal cell வந்து in the cell membrane is a phosphobilipid layer. And what do you mean by a phosphobilipid layer? That means bilipid means two. Bi not two. So you have a balloon like structure. Michel na kelipattuken, MICELLE. So it's like a balloon structure. A bilipid na. So this hydrophilic top and hydrophobic bottom will reverse over here again and create another two layer, creating the cell membrane. So this is an important name, phosphobilipid. PHOSPHO hyphen BI lipid layer, lipid meaning fat. So this phosphobilipid layer separates the outside and the inside, and inside is called the cytoplasm. And the cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance. It is mostly lipid and protein, so you don't have to worry about its components. Lipid na fat. எங்கே நீங்கள் லிப்போ நீங்கள் பார்த்தாலும் it has to be fat. நீங்கள் அதை பற்றி it's a prefix that you'll have to figure out. ஸோ இங்கே வந்து நீங்கள் பயாலஜியில் படிக்கும்போது நீங்கள் அது ஒரு லாங்குவேஜாகவே ட்ரீட் பண்ணாலே யூ கைஸ் கேன் ஃபிகர் அவுட் த ஆன்சர்ஸ். ஏன்னா நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்து ப்ரீஃபிக்ஸ், ஒரு சர்டன் ப்ரீஃபிக்ஸோட வரும், ஒரு சர்டன் சஃபிக்ஸோட வரும். அந்த ப்ரிஃபிக்ஸ் படித்தாலே நீங்கள் வந்து சரி இது வந்து ஒரு ஃபேட்டி சப்ஸ்டன்ஸில் கண்டுபிடிச்சுன்னா அந்த சஃபிக்ஸ் படித்தாலே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஏஎஸ்இ நீங்கள் எங்கேயாச்சும் படிச்சிங்கன்னா, லைபேஸ் அப்படி எங்கேயாச்சும் படிச்சிங்கன்னா ஏஎஸ்இனா இட்ஸ் அன் என்சைம். So takana you guys can immediately say it's an enzyme and not just a fatty substance. So you guys have to be very careful as to what is important in a word, so as to not get confused. So அதை பற்றி we'll talk about later, the suffixes and prefixes. இப்போ இந்த சைட்டோபிளாசமில் இருக்கிற ஒரு jelly like substance is either lipid or protein, and inside the nucleus is the genetic material. இப்போ நமக்கு இருக்கிற genetic material வந்து DNA, which is in the animal cell. An animal cell is a eukaryotic cell. We forgot to talk about that. A cell is divided into two parts. Two types, let's not say two parts. Cell is divided into two types, which is a prokaryotic and a eukaryotic. Prokaryotic na, pro na before. So you guys can immediately figure out by that. That means there is no rigid structure of the prokaryotic cell, and prokaryotic cells are usually smaller in sizes, which are 5 to 10 microns, then 1 to 10 microns, and then eukaryotic cells are usually 5 to 100 microns. So microns is the length of the cell. So in a prokaryotic cell, the genetic material is usually DNA. Some materials have RNA as well. So this genetic material starts coding protein into our bodies. So the protein is transported in an animal cell through something called a ribosome. So அந்த நியூக்ளியஸ்ல வர ரைபோசோம் வந்து it will come in outside the nucleus and start catching into something called a endoplasmic reticulum. So this endoplasmic reticulum is an enclosed space where it traps these ribosomes. What are these ribosomes? These are essentially synthesizing material for protein. So the DNA creates the ribosome. The ribosome travels to the endoplasmic reticulum and attaches to the endoplasmic reticulum. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is the SER and the RER. So why is it called rough endoplasmic reticulum? Because it has ribosomes attached to it. It is called a smooth endoplasmic reticulum because there are no ribosomes attached to it at all. So there is no big difference between these two in function types. Basically, the function is the same. But more information comes from the rough endoplasmic reticulum because there are more ribosomes in it, and it will create more proteins. So அங்க இருக்கிற ribosomes வந்து when it attaches to the endoplasmic reticulum, அது proteins create உருவாக்க அது வந்து ஒரு சின்ன பபுள்குள்ள சேர்த்து வச்சிரும் இந்த proteins. So இந்த bubble ஓட பேர் வந்து vesicle. So these small proteins start attaching to vesicles and start transporting themselves to another cell organelle called a Golgi body. A Golgi body or a Golgi complex, you can either call it both. So a Golgi body, what it does is it starts collecting these vesicles which have these basic proteins, which are linear proteins, primary proteins, and starts folding them. So what it does is it's creating new information with this basic protein. And so in வெறும் எழுத்துக்களை வச்சு ஒரு கவிதையை உருவாக்குறது தான் Golgi பாடியோட வேலை. So it's basically creating a poetry out of basic letters. So it's folding these proteins from linear to secondary to tertiary to quaternary structures, or it folds into other basic structures and then attaches lipids, which are fats, or then it attaches others such as carbohydrates, which are similar. So when it attaches, it creates new information. So these new information starts coding for other functions in our bodies, which are carried out by these proteins. This is the basic transport of information. முதல்ல இருந்து வருவோம் will come from the nucleus. So in an animal cell, the protein is transferred from the nucleus. How? Through the DNA. The DNA creates ribosomes. The ribosomes are not yet proteins. Innu proteins agala. It becomes proteins when it attaches to the endoplasmic reticulum. And once it attaches to the endoplasmic reticulum, it becomes either SER or RER, which is smooth or rough. And the endoplasmic reticulum starts building vesicles, which are small bubbles, and starts taking these synthesized proteins. The process is called synthesization or synthesizing. You can figure that out. So these synthesized proteins will then travel through these vesicles to Golgi bodies, and these Golgi bodies will start creating new information with them by folding the protein, which is very, very important. So this is the basic transport from the nucleus to the Golgi body. There are other organelles in the cell as well, which are called mitochondrion. Mitochondrion is called the powerhouse of the cell, which is the most basic line in biology. Mitochondria means the powerhouse of the cell, which explains itself, which means அதுதான் ஒரு செல்லோட ஃபங்க்ஷனுக்கு எல்லாமே எனர்ஜி கொடுக்குது. So how does this energy come? Through some molecules called ATP, adenine-phosphate. So we do not need to know the full form of that. ATP molecules. So it comes through the mitochondria, and mitochondria is it has a very interesting story in itself. There is a theory of how mitochondria has come into the animal cell. It is called the symbiotic relationship theory. இது வந்து ஒரு ஒரு சின்ன கதை. நான் ஆதி காலத்துல when we were all single cellular organisms, we were all cells. In those cells did not have energy on its own, so they needed other help from another person, another friend, which are bacteria, and these bacteria started fusing with these single cellular organisms and started giving more energy, and they started reproducing more, and then these bacteria started staying inside those cells and created a symbiotic relationship. And these bacteria today are known as mitochondria. They have their own DNA called MBDNA, so that we'll talk about later. மைட்டோகாண்ட்ரியாவுக்கு வந்து அவங்களுக்குன்னு அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு தனி டிஎன்ஏ இருக்குது, அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு தனி காம்போசிஷன் இருக்குது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ பியூட்டிஃபுல் structure that we'll be going through later when we study about each organelle. But this is what you need to know for now. It's called the symbiotic relationship theory for mitochondria, and it gives out something called ATP, which is a very, very, very important substance for the energy of our function of the cell. So other substances are also there called lysozyme. லைசோசைம் வந்து அது வந்து குப்பை லாரி மாதிரி. ஸோ நம்ம செல்லில் இருக்கிற என்னெல்லாம் குப்பை இருக்கோ it starts collecting. It starts breaking those debris down, and then it eventually dissipates. So this is the basic function of the cell. So what and all did we learn? We learned that this is the cell membrane, which is a phosphobilipid layer, which inside is the jelly-like substance called the cytoplasm. We have something called the Golgi body. We have something called the ER, endoplasmic reticulums, SER and RER. We have something called the mitochondria, and something called the ribosomes. Inside is the DNA, and this is the basic structure of the cell. So இதை பற்றி நீங்கள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டாலே போதும். After this, you will be figuring out how these cells work with each other, the different types of cells, different types of muscles, and how functions are also different with each muscle type as well. It's a very fascinating subject. All of these come together, biochemistry come together, because the cell, when we talked about the cell as a living unit, a basic living unit, there are deeper things also known as the cell organelles. And cell organelles are also made out of smaller things known as microfibrils and microfilaments, which are the cytoskeleton. We'll talk about that in the next class, which is the cytoskeleton. And inside that, we will talk about biochemistry, and which involves chemistry, and then later involves physics. And then if we go then we'll start talking about social science and all that and more. So biology is not just one subject, it's a composition of everything put together. So we'll be talking about not only biology, but how biology affects us in every other way. எவ்வளோக்கு எவ்வளோ இது வந்து இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் ஆக்க முடியுமோ ஒரு எக்ஸாமுக்கு, we'll be making it interesting, but also figure out that this is an exam, and these words, நாம் இன்னைக்கு பேசின வார்த்தைகள் எல்லாமே important, and since it is biology, we'll be learning more words than facts, numerical facts, so we'll have to know about அது நீங்கள் ஞாபகப்படுத்திக்கணும். We'll figure out a way to remember that as well. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you.